Hello everybody, welcome back to another video and another episode of Persian history as far as I know. This time will be about Darius the Great, but in fact it will be more like facts and details that I know so far about Darius the Great rather than explaining the story itself, due to the fact that the backstory of how he became king is a little bit complicated and it's also way too long for one short video. So according to the Bahishtun scripture, for those of you who don't know, it's the scripture that Darius himself wrote about his perspective of how he became the king. It was mentioned that he overthrew an impostor who pretended to be the brother of Cambyses II, which was one of the sons of Cyrus the Great. The so-called impostor took the throne while Cambyses II was on a campaign in Egypt, and where he also died in the battlefield. After that, Darius overthrew the so-called quote-unquote impostor and inherited the Persian Empire for himself. And prior to that, Persia was a bit in a chaos. Kingdoms wanted independence and rebelled against their Persian overlords. But under Darius the Great, he had his army, which helped to stop the rebellions from gaining independence early on and prevented Persia from collapsing, at least at that point. So what did Darius the Great improve compared to his predecessors? Well, under his reign, he helped the Persian Empire grow to its greatest extent, and it was also known as the Persian Golden Age back then. He was in fact more of a builder and stabilizer rather than someone who wants a conquest. For example, he built the most famous Persepolis project, which later on became the capital of the empire. And also he allowed Aramaic to become the official language of his empire. Well, he not only helped the empire grow to its greatest extent, but he's also a builder and stabilizer, building the Royal Road, stretching from Susa to Anatolia. And he's also responsible for placing many administrators in many regions of the empire, because having a huge empire might sound very cool and interesting on paper, but because of the fact that you have to go to so many places at once, it would be a bit difficult to govern and rule an empire. But he came up with the genius idea to place many administrators to govern themselves and allow them to still be free of religion and allowed to practice their cultures. Unfortunately, after his death, while he was on a campaign to ancient Greece, his son Xerxes took over, and at that point, the empire was going in a severe decline, and under Xerxes the Great, the Persians had been kicked out by the Greeks, with the help of the 300s, which was the famous story where 300 Spartans stopped the Persian advance to buy the Greeks more time to prepare, and kick the Persians out of Europe entirely. I'm not sure if what I said is correct or my explanation is accurate or not, but I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I will see you in the next one.